everyone, welcome to the first in a series of NEC reports from me as General Secretary directly to you as members and branches of UCU. Due to decisions taken by the NEC, I no longer provide an in-person update to them. Hopefully you know me well enough by now to realise this lack of accountability, well, it doesn't sit well with me. So rather than simply record advanced updates for the NEC, I will be sharing them at the same time with you as members. In future, these reports will cover a wide variety of topics that affect all manner of our members in all the sectors that we represent and shared in the week ahead of the NEC. This one comes after the latest NEC and contains the update that I had planned to give to that meeting. For this update, I do have to focus, however, on the higher education disputes. I want this one to be fresh and informative, so I'm not going to go over old ground. You all know how impressive and relentless your work has been to get us to this position. The whole union has done an incredible job. We are, however, now in the position where we're about to call more action. The Higher Education Committee, the HEC, has agreed two things for 2023. The first is a marking and assessment boycott, and that is to begin in January. The second is an all-out indefinite strike to begin in February. I believe the marking and assessment boycott decision is consistent with debates that we had as members and branches in November this year. There are concerns about 100% deductions in some institutions, and we have to ensure the marking and assessment boycott training is delivered to all branches. But we are in the process of planning to serve notice to begin a national marking and assessment boycott in January. I do not believe an all-out strike beginning in February is consistent with the debates that were held in November of this year. That said, preparations are also being made to serve notice for this on our employers. What I want to let everybody know is that prior to any action taking place, we will have the chance to take stock as a union, members, branches, and the HEC. There are a number of factors that we have to consider. What is the best path to keep the whole union together? The cost of living crisis, the depth of the UCU Fighting Fund, the growing and coordinated attacks on unions from this government, how other unions, national disputes are being managed, the plans for other unions in higher education and the wider education sector, the need for us to reballot and renew our mandate in this dispute, what action will give us the very best media coverage and exposure. I genuinely believe that to significantly move our employers, we are going to have to sustain the potential for mass strike action well into 2023, and that an all-out strike in February could not only split our membership at a time when we need unity, but also play straight in the hands of an employer who wants to see us crash and burn, not build towards a victory. We will produce a paper next week. This paper will contain the decisions of the HEC in November, but also set out an alternative strategy based on escalating the dispute with blocks of action named in February, March, April. Also winning a reballot and working with other unions, delivering a dynamic media strategy, increasing our membership, building our fighting fund. This is how we will win the dispute, in my view. A branch delegates meeting, of course, will be called. That will be held on the 10th of January, and a higher education committee has also been called for the 12th of January. But I want to reiterate, all plans are in place to serve notice for the all-out strike in February, and if the whole union endorses this path, then we will take it and we will throw everything at it. But the whole union must be part of this debate. The whole union must have a say and come together. I look forward to sharing that paper with you next week, and the start of the debate is now. Contact your branch, contact the HEC, contact me. This is your union, this is your action, this is your dispute, and this will be your victory. Solidarity.